FarmEd are working to nurture a new network for the emergent generation, for those who want to help build more sustainable farming and food systems that nourish people and regenerate the planet. In April 2022, we invited a group of young people from different corners of the UK to kickstart this community. We wanted to make sure that our first event and any content that is created is relevant and enables young people to make a change in the food system in ways that make sense to them.
I really wanted to come today because I feel like there's not many events like this that happen in the north, and coming from the Lake District, I really wanted to experience and see what the vision of agroecology is in the future, and build a network of people all across the UK.
I'd like to go home with the fact that there's bigger awareness, especially for the youth, on true cost accounting, on how the price of food isn't really the true price of food, and how we're paying for the externalized costs through our taxes that's been increased and to clean the water and stuff like that. So to get more people, young people especially, to build a habit of buying food that's been sustainably sourced and actually pay for the effort towards sustainability, to encourage the farmers that are putting in the effort as well.
I am enjoying really listening to what other people are saying, so the different perspectives and where everyone's really come from, such as their background, and hearing other perspectives of how we can improve farming and just things that we can really put in place. Something that I found interesting was to focus on more of a water cycle rather than a carbon cycle when looking at farming, which could reduce CO2 levels. So different perspectives of how we can improve farming and our planet overall. So that was something that was really interesting to me, to share information.
I wanted to be here to meet people like me. Who think the way I think and feel the way I feel and connect to them.
I think for me it would be a real feeling of interconnection with the other people I've been with, and the feeling that we've formed a network of like-minded people who are all sharing the same interests and sharing the same knowledge, and really kind of an empowered movement of young people who are actually going to then enact some tangible change rather than kind of keep that knowledge within the network, kind of diffusing it and growing the network and expanding it so that we can actually really make the change happen rather than kind of keep talking about it as some abstract thing, rather than something that can actually happen in the world and something that could really, really have a huge impact. So when it gets to the main event, I really want to see as an outcome a network of really interconnected, really passionate people who are all driven by the same purpose, all kind of moving together for the same thing, but interconnected in a way that then amplifies everyone else's strengths, like in an ecosystem, I suppose. Like you kind of end up with a thing that adds up to more than the sum of all its individual parts. So I guess forming a network that functions like an ecosystem that can really enact the change that we need to see, rather than keeping it all reserved within its body, keeping it moving out into the world and helping the change to really happen.
So I wanted to come here today. I'm a first generation sheep farmer. I want to get into regenerative farming, educate myself, and then also prove to the next generation of farmers, young people, so whether that's in schools, scouting, that one, how important regenerative farming is, how they can do it, so even if they're not going into farming, what they can do on their plate and their food, and how they can make the choices to be more sustainable in their food practices, but then also educate the next generation of farmers. One, prove that you can do it on a small scale, first generation, how they can go about doing it. So yeah, that's basically I want to do, education and influence the next generation, whether that's in schools or farming practices.
What I'm enjoying about today is meeting loads of different people from completely different backgrounds, from city people to farmers like me, and all sharing different experiences, what we've come here for and what we'd like to see out of it. And yeah, there's a massive wave of passion and interest waving around the place.
So the main thing I'd like to take from the event would be experience around group scenario workshopping, so that we're experienced with the complex problems that people who are going regenerative face, so that we can be sort of well practiced and well aware of the sort of very nuanced nature of how to find a way through this sort of ecological crisis that we're in a way that actually works.